Oh, and actually, if you go to YouTube/Rebel for God, that's my video page, youtube.com.
REBEL, the number 4 or the letter 4?
That's the word, F-O-R.
F-O-R, for God. So it's youtube.com, Rebel for God. Okay.
Yeah, correct. And then in there, you'll see a playlist where I've got a couple of videos where news footage of a SWAT siege that I was put under in my RV. And I have my diary on the internet. And it's under rebelforgod.com/diary.html. But anyway, and I've got a whole bunch of other things and stuff on there. And if you're interested in reading about that, how the SWAT siege went down and everything, how they told the media that I was making pipe bombs and 5 tear gas rounds and a beanbag and being drugged around by that dog. And anyway, on YouTube, I've got the video of that from the helicopter footage and stuff. But anyway, that's a different issue.
Okay, we'll briefly take a look. This is your website. If we can just take a quick look at it. Rebel for God. I guess you've got, that's Washington You're Fired, isn't it, up there in the right, up top right corner?
Oh, well, that's my premier one. Tells all of the hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars that went to the major players in Congress about this bailout. And, you know, that tells you exactly what's going on as far as the bailout. Then I've got down there some playlists, and I've got Bob Shultz. You can actually watch.
I see Bob Shultz there. Yes.
Watching 160 minutes of Bob Shultz in McQueenie there. And then I've got some other things on the playlist. But if you want to see the SWAT footage, that's for another time.
Okay, well, let's talk about McQuenie. McQuenie, which is near San Antonio, how far is it from San Antonio?
Oh, it's about 50 miles east by northeast from San Antonio.
So it's kind of between Austin and San Antonio. This was kind of an Austin and San Antonio meeting. Right. So this was actually the kickoff of this whole process. We the People Congress, they're picking delegates. They're going to pick delegates from all the states and then eventually have a convention in
Philadelphia.
A Congress, not a convention,
right.
In Philadelphia. You're going to come up with your agenda there.
Yeah, there's a museum right across the street from Independence Hall, and I believe he's contracted 2 weeks anyway for the Congress to meet in that hallway. And if it's going to go longer, then I guess he's taking donations and stuff in order to be able to hold that area for a longer period of time.
Okay, and you were chosen as an alternate delegate from Texas. I know John Rowland was chosen as a delegate from Texas.
Correct.
And there are other people, the names I didn't recognize, but maybe they were familiar names to other people who were chosen. And so I know that Mike Hansen went to it. He didn't become a delegate. I don't think he was interested. And so what happened in McQuenie? Because this was these kinds of conventions are being held all over the country to choose the delegates from the states to go to the Philadelphia Congress.
Yes, it looks like Bob is doing about one meeting a day in different places. He's doing the lower 48. I don't know if he's making it to Alaska and Hawaii or not, but he's doing the lower 48, and some days he's actually even doing 2 meetings. But anyway, so the way he kicked it off, it started in McQuenie. That was his first one. And he started off by basically going over some of the reasons.
So what happened in McQuenie? Because it was like all afternoon or something. What did you actually do?
Well, we listened to Bob Shultz give a presentation and a kind of a pep talk, and then he asked questions. Yes. And you see a few questions asked there.
But you were already on the same page, you guys there.
Right. Yeah, he was speaking to the choir, you know.
So what did you want to do? Your meeting. What are you going to do? You got together now, and instead of just talking, you're going to do something. What are you guys going to do?
Okay. Well, right now we're getting delegates. There's a parallel operation going on, being performed by the Campaign for Liberty, the Ron Paulers. And what they're doing is, on the state level, an equivalent of what Bob Shultz is doing on the federal level.
And we had Lisa Mallory on the show talking about that very issue.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So the Campaign for Liberty group they're inviting everybody. You don't have to be a Campaign for Liberty member to attend their groups. As a matter of fact, they strongly encourage everyone, please, everyone, come and represent your neighborhood. You don't have to be, because they're electing delegates and stuff to have a state Congress. and everything to try to figure out how to fix their states.
Right.
Also, there's actually they're working on a variety. They're trying to come up with a variety of options. Right now, they're still in the brainstorming. The think tank thing is how to come up with the most effective procedure. They just want to bring in ideas and everything and make sure that they've got the most effective tools.
Well, Farrell, this is really kind of an outgrowth of the Ron Paul campaign for president, which kind of took on a life of its own. It's gone beyond Ron Paul, the Ron Paul revolution. Lisa called this the Ron Paul the evolution of the revolution.
The Constitution Revolution.
Right. So the Continental Congress is going to meet in Philadelphia, and you may or may not be a delegate. We're pretty sure John Rowland's going to be a delegate. We have all these people who are going to be going to Philadelphia, meeting maybe where the Independence Hall is, or wherever they're going to meet at. What's going to happen in Philadelphia?
Basically come up with the most effective tools to use to try to fix our problems.
Right.
It might eventually come up to the point where we just re-elect a whole new government and realign, everything.
Now, if we can take a look at this, I don't know if people can read this, but there's this list here. You probably can't read it, but these are all the places that Bob Shultz is going to around the country. And as you mentioned, he's in Minneapolis today, and he's been like Louisiana, Arizona. He's just kind of crisscrossing San Francisco, New York, Iowa, Indiana, Michigan, Maine, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. He's just kind of bouncing around all over the country here.
Right, yes.
When you were at McQueenie, how much give and take was there? Was Bob kind of telling everybody what to do, or were people saying, well, this is what we want to do?
Well, Bob was in stride with, there's many people across the country, everywhere. There's pro se litigants that have been trying to fix things. I mentioned that before.
Yes.
But Bob, you see, pro se litigants, the courts have been ignoring. So what he has done is he's basically created a wake, and then everybody else that's been fighting for the same thing is
right.
He started a grassroots movement that's already, that was already in progress. It's just everybody basically just stepped in stride, and now it's the ranks are growing left and right because people are out there fighting tooth and nail. All
right. Now, Farrell, we've got about 2 or 3 minutes left here. Okay. So if people wanted to get involved with this here in Austin, what can they do? I mean, is there a website they can go to, or where can they get information?
Okay, on let's see, Bob's website, We the People Foundation.
Okay, there's We the People Foundation. We can take a look at that one very, very quickly here. That's one of them. It's wethepeoplefoundation.org. Right.
Okay, I'm not positive. I believe his website, he has a way of contacting people in your area.
You can get on an email list, I assume, right?
You see, well, yes, he does have the email list and everything like that.
Okay, and that's We the People Foundation. There's also We the People Congress, which is the organization that you're working on, and that's that we can put that now. That's the actual Congress. It's getting together and organizing, and then actually, if you go to the GiveMeLiberty.org website, that's still up, and that's the one that has the videos that we were looking at earlier in the show. So that's a way that people can get involved. We've got about a minute here left, Farrell. There's one place that people can get involved, and that's the Truth Seekers meetings. When and where are those?
Okay, here in Austin, we have Truth Seekers meetings. It's not definite, but generally we have them every Friday. There for a while.
Like every other Friday, it seems like.
There for a while, they were every other Friday. But the Truth Seekers of Austin has been kind of like a central hub for all the different activist groups. They would be able to come in and interact with all of the other different activist groups.
Right. It's on Friday, 7 p.m. And what's the name of the restaurant?
It's located at William Cannon and Congress, South Austin. It's China Emperor.
Okay.
It's about 7 p.m., yes.
And William Cannon Congress, it's a shopping center, and it's like a buffet. And
Correct.
people meet in the back room there. And there's
Yeah, so
usually
you
a
can-
speaker or some
can-
kind of video or
You
something.
can visit, and you can eat, and you can watch the videos and listen to the speakers that we have, and you can share. And there's a lot of, in a few days, I plan on posting
All right.
the most recent meeting.
Great. Well, Farrell Montgomery, thank you for being with us here on Live and Let Live and telling us about the We the People Congress. I'm Gary Johnson. Good night.